a lot in his most pick there. Also, we saw we also saw Nefties, but Raccoony is currently here. Veramos can be an answer to that. It seems like maybe they don't want to answer that. Guys, I'm going to let you take it away. ZEFA versus Crocodiles happening right now.
Yep, and those pre-bans are locked in immediately. Neftis in Zabala getting the pre-bans right there. ZEFA with the first pick. We'll see where things are going. I'm potentially just going to see an all of our first pick coming out of ZEFA. I think that's a very safe play and a great stat to just feeling out your opponent here in a best of 3. Let's see what happens. Or maybe it's just a Raccoony. Slam the Raccoony down and see where things go.
I love that comment, Stoic. The interesting thing right here is that both players have done their homework. The pre-ban was so quick that they know what the other's playing. They've studied it. Let's see how they adapt. The Oliver taken on one side, as we talked about, the Water Ryu on the other. So these two very, high pick rate units and a great combo with the Chunk Punk. So Crocodile showing he's probably going to continue in his comfort zone. Let's see how ZEFA answers to this. Has the Gianna, being down on the field, so says, I'm still going turn 1. The question right here, Stoic, is who do you favor? Do you like more of a full turn 1 comp or kind of like a mid-range comp like ZEFA is bringing with a Gianna speed lead and then the variety of a Shizuka?
Definitely favors ZEFA's draft, not just because it has an LD Nat 5 and the likes of Gianna here, but just that combination alone. He has that speed contest threat, so we can go turn 1. We know Gianna that usually is, and I believe this is ZEFA ruins his on Swift as well. Swift Gianna, great combination with Shizuka, a lot of volatility right here. Crocodile was opting to take a 33 speed lead, backing up and bringing a Laura in Hagang to the team. Obviously, Hagang known to be a counter for Gianna.
Yeah, great pick on the Hagang in there. Also a great unit against the Shizuka because it's another AoE strip. And the Laura, we didn't know that he had that. So another powerful LD unit. Do you think that the last pick will be a speed lead and trying to ban out this Dark Pioneer? Or will he, does that tell you that he's going to let it through?
I mean, I think that says he's going to be letting it through right now. Does he potentially just ban out the speed lead? But there is 2 speed leads for ZEFA, so I don't think he has to ban out the speed lead for Water Ryu here. Is going to be banning out the reset unit. Interesting.
Yeah. The wounds that gets through, like we called, with a Vert on the field, is the Laura outspeeding everyone with that very high base speed. No, the Woonsa takes turn 1 and goes for skill 3, reduces, gains attack bar, and the cut, because of the passive from Hagang, gets it on, but needs 2 more strips. Here we go. The Laura gets it, not on Gianna, but remember, even if he goes for the strip on the way back, he has the Hagang, so he's not that worried. He needs a stun on the Shizuka, but doesn't get it.
Yeah, phenomenal damage, by the way, from that Laura. Big resist there on the bomb, supposed to go onto the Verti-heal, so not happening right now, and I think ZEFA really wanted to see that. You see the skill 2, definitely misses the Kama there, I believe, onto that Laura.
Yeah, I really like the Vert right here because the Vert's gonna give him a big advantage if he gets a stun on the Shizuka, but doesn't. Oh my god, he's missing everything. Now the Shizuka comes back and will give her sister the opportunity to take out all of that attack bar. He just has to be very dangerous on not stripping one of the units, so he cleanses them.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of this turn 1 from this Gianna trying to pump in. Obviously, the unit of focus is going to be that Laura. Laura put out so much damage. That was really crazy to see those kind of numbers there. Bomb finally does land. Oh, 2-turn sleep going on to the Hagang, and the bombs are now landing.
Yeah, the bombs are out. And remember, this Tomoe is super dangerous because she can also put the bombs on everyone, but there's bombs on 2 units. The Laura is down. It came down to the res. This is very probably 100% res Shizuka, and she might have just won the match. What do you think about her finally showing up, Stoic?
Hey, Shizuka finally getting a win as well. This is why she's good. She's very, very good when it comes to anybody bringing like a bomb-style team here. And it's not like a bomb-style team. The guy just brought a Gianna, but being able to reapply all those bombs, it's a very, very great. It's just like, it just shows how good Shizuka is to be able to do things like that, where you see the bombs hitting the field as well. But Tomoe as well, like able to put those bombs up, just like you had said before. Strong draft from ZEFA. I'm curious to see what Crocodile is going to be responding with, because I think a lot of it's going to address that match that we just had, and it's going to show in this pre-ban here, potentially seeing a Gianna. Oh, I'm sorry. Pre-ban's already locked in.
Yeah, don't worry. He goes back to the original one. No Oliver, no Yan Hong. Now the Nefties comes out. And I love that you brought up how strong Tomoe is. She not only fit very well the comp, but she also brings that second speed lead, right? So you guarantee you take turn one. I love that ZEFA is keeping the Shizuka. That's a very important unit for him. So I really like the picks on the first match. I think a couple of resists, you know, playing against a 100% res unit on ZEFA's side. And now ZEFA brings in the Jameer to not be worried about Chungpung. He knows that his opponent loves using Chungpung, so this is a great unit to counter it. And Chungpung is very strong against Shizuka, and you see it hit the field still.
What I really, really like right now is what ZEFA brought in that very first match is very different, in my opinion, going into this round 2. So he has to keep Crocodile on his toes right now, bringing in a Jameer, because there's all sorts of routes you can take when you bring a Jameer first pick here with that Shizuka as well. I do like Crocodile's draft here. I love that he has the Nephthys, the great speed lead, Laura, very, very impactful with that Chungpung as well. But ZEFA going, all right, back to that similar playstyle in that first match here. We see the Gianna, we see the Zabala come out here. Zabala known to be a very fast unit.
Yeah, very high base speed and interesting. Crocodile taking the Riley out of the box and impressively Antares' brother that cannot be controlled, my friend. What is this draft? I'm very happy to see some different units.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I know this unit's just be a straight damage dealer. It's going to be trying to single tag it and remove something from the field. I would assume that's what's going to be happening here. I wish I could tell you more about it, but let's see if ZEFA can actually combo out with this, because I know this did not be a great unit when that collaboration came out here, and I know it did receive a buff. Is that buff going to be impactful enough for ZEFA to really surprise us here with something here? But Zabala definitely going to be taking turn 1.
Yeah, very interesting. Can he remove the Rigel, the water Antares, quickly enough? Does he go for the Chungpung? Ignore defense, 29k, but not enough. Can the Jameer finish it off? No! If he doesn't get cut after this trip and gets this trip on the Shizuka, doesn't get it. Doesn't get it, but she cuts in, which is good because the Chungpung can go for the strip on the other side and then try to proc into a reduction. Let's see if he gets that. The Riley has the heals. I doubt that this is able to kill a unit right now.
I think that was pretty neat to watch a unit pop off like that, but I definitely would have preferred to see like a Daphnis or a Fire Cassandra in that role. I think we would have had some better results here. But hey, we're seeing a nice fancy LD Nat 5 come to the table and try to be useful. But that unit's going to be gone now. This Water Rigel doing away with that that Light Assassin unit.
Yeah, I really like the Rigel pick, to be completely honest. Removed it from the field immediately. The additional damage is crazy, and Chungpung showing why it's such a good unit against Shizuka, even though it missed the reset. So Shizuka still has it there, and now Jameer just to use it to guarantee the cleanse. But the units are so low, and he has the heal from Riley. I don't know, my friend.
Way!
Yeah, beautiful extra turns from the Laura. And he has to go for it either way. He has to go for the increased cool time and the freeze, but he goes for the improvise. Interesting. Saves it. Wants to use it with the Shizuka. Raigo's gonna continue to put out damage. Once he's out of that attack break, one unit might leave the field.
Now, let's see what happens. Obviously, there's a stun going to be on top of this Riley, so he's not too worried about waking this unit up here. Freeze is going to go across the board, especially not landing on top of this light Lich Low.
Can he get the removal right now? He doesn't have the skill yet because she was nerfed. So he has to put interesting. The threat state on the Shizuka gets rid of this Chungpung. But the question right now is, how long can these units stand with this low HP? She procs once again, not the best proc. The Riley is very strong into this matchup, bringing a lot of healing, a lot of sustain, and now protects the team. Let's see if he can do something about it.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I am not a big fan of this this light guy right here. I mean, we had that second skill go out and it just applied the threat state and that was it. That was a lot of damage, but of course we're seeing a unit still alive right now and it's trying to do away with the threat state sitting on top of the Shizuka, so maybe the threat state is what came in handy right here. But if that third skill pops off with Laura or even a second skill at this point, I think ZEFA is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The threat state has been clutch, Stoic. I can't believe that as well. And once again, the ignore defense, even leaving the Rygal at 1 HP, has been a really cool combo. I gotta give it to him, you know. She was nerfed, but he can continue to bring it back. He'll get the cooldown reduction to 1, so next time he brings it back, if the Shizuka manages to survive, it will have the ignore defense. It can remove another unit. He can just give turns right here, try to keep the Shizuka alive. That's what he does. Can throw the stun on the face of this Laura. Wow. And now he breaks it again. Oh my god, this combo is incredible. Oh.
That's definitely working out for him here. A little bit of damage coming towards that Laura. Laura's still holding on right now. I think he's got to drop this Laura. I think if Laura gets an opportunity, I do think ZEFA can still be in a little bit of trouble here. There he goes. He does have a lot of buffs on the field. We see the soul protection is out there, so these units will be revived back. There's a soul protection. We get 2 units back here, but he did finally get that 3rd skill off.
Yes, he finally removed it, but now the Jameer has so much damage. Can he proc into the kill? No proc for the Shizuka to get rid of this Laura. The Laura right now with buffs on it. Can she get a stun to guarantee the win? No, but she got an extra turn.
Man.
Asleep?
Big
no,
initial turn right there.
Yes.
Oh, we get a nice initial turn with the Shizuka, though.
Does he greed or does he not greed? That is the question. He goes for it. Guaranteed.
Is it enough?
Kill.
Is this going to be enough?
It is enough! It's a 1v1!
No way!
Shizuka, no! Oh my god! Crocodile!
Yeah!
Laura!
Crazy.
Take it away! This match against them!
Oh, man. Okay, all right, I'm going to say it again. If that was a Daphnis, I do think a Daphnis would have been a better pick than the Light Assassin. I'm going to stand by that. Now, it did have enough damage to remove that Riley from the field, and I thought that was wild. But I do think the value could have been elsewhere. The threat state, in my opinion, was okay.
My dear friend, I will ask you something, though. Would have Daphnis been as fun and surprising as this?
No, the animations on that skill are very, very nice. So it's super cool to see a unit like that. And it got to showcase here on the SWC stage. So that's really, really neat. I don't think we see that unit again from ZEFA, to be honest with you. I think that was you were riding a fine line here, ZEFA. And I would say it didn't feel as safe as it should have been. If he got that initial kill right out the gate, I would have said, hey, this unit's great, man. I think it's awesome. Great showcase from ZEFA. Let's try that again. But I think it was a little too scary for him.
You know what? ZEFA might not have gotten the win on this one, but he did win my heart. So I want to see some hearts in chat for ZEFA, bringing some different units. Crocodile as well, you know? Bringing a Riley that we haven't seen in a while at this level of play. The Rygal that we haven't seen in years. These two guys have been incredible today. We love seeing different comps, different units, and now we see a very powerful, high base speed LD unit that gains attack bar, reduces cooldowns. Like, I'm already excited about this match number 3, Stoic.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of this Eleanoa, I believe is her name. Eleanoa for Crocodile here. Oh, we're going to see a Wind Momo coming out here. Now, this is a neat unit that's been brought to my attention after the buff here. So it's able to stack up. It stacks much quicker. It applies defense break with 2nd skill. And it's able to pump a lot of damage with that 1st skill. Thank you, Zig. This is a unit that Zigbear did bring to my attention. And I'm actually really, really liking this unit. I think it's very, very good right now. And I think it's going to come in handy going up against ZEFA. I think that Masha and Cadiz are pretty terrifying in my opinion.
Masha's needs to be banned right here. Out of everything that's on the field, he cannot deal with Masha with his 4 units, so he's gonna have to take the Cadiz, even though very strong, but he needs to pick something last that guarantees a ban as well, so he can play more comfortably into this comp, because right now, it looks like ZEFA has the upper hand, Stoic.
Yeah, I think ZEFA should have the upper hand as well. That Masha hit the field, and that's a very, very dangerous unit to have to deal with right now. Watery, I think, is a very, very good response for Crocodile. I like that. Yeah. I think this is a solid draft for both players, in my opinion, but I do have to get a lot of credit right now to ZEFA. Gianna ended up getting the ban here. Wateryu gets the ban here. I think Crocodile's probably on the ropes in this one.
Ooh, yeah, the Masha getting through is super dangerous, but let's see what happens. You know, this Laura deals a lot of damage, and turn one is going to this incredibly fast collaboration monster. The Cadiz now has the opportunity to reduce attack power. He's probably going for the Laura to guarantee the reset. Yep, that's what he does. Now there's space. The Masha, whoa, look at that combo. Man. So much damage out of this monster.
What an impactful unit. Masha just, Masha can be an absolute all-star here, especially if it's able to violent proc. It comes across just like how impactful a Miles can be as well, but landing that defense break huge, removing units from the field is massive for ZEFA right now. Crocodile definitely on the back foot.
Yeah, he goes for the Momo right now. He needs to try to remove a unit. Look at the damage, Stoic. 1 HP right now, almost dead, but he couldn't kill anyone. The question right now is, can he guarantee that his units survive for a couple turns until he manages to get over that threat state?
Yeah, we'll see that. Riley obviously bringing lots of sustain to the table here. Cadiz does have an ability to strip there, but does not get that immunity off as well. So we are going to see some damage still coming out of this Masha. Masha's still able to produce lots and lots of threat here. And that unit of focus is going to be Momo. Keep in mind, all these stacks are going up. Momo's going to produce a lot of damage. Does drop that Water Assassin.
I don't know, my friend. We might be surprised by this Momo. Momo might be enough to take down the mighty Masha. He needs to target. The danger right now is if you target the Momo, she'll counter you and you can die. So he needs the Riley to protect the Momo. So you guarantee. I don't know about that. I would have used the protection. I would have used the protection because Masha can deal a lot of damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage here. I think he has to stay on top of that Momo. If ZEFA wants to stay in this match, that Momo is going to be very dangerous. Defense break on the field. Drops the Momo. ZEFA in full control right now.
Yes, that was a great targeting from his side, and I don't know, the Riley could have used skill 2 and put in that immunity to not open up for the big damage from the Masha, but he didn't do that. You know, interesting. And now with 3v1, ZEFA taking control, the beautiful Cadiz and Masha picks into the win.
And ZEFA moves forward. Both players giving us so many cool content picks. We saw the light and water Ezio, and we also got a Momo at the end. Guys, that was an awesome game.
What a phenomenal match between ZEFA and Crocodile. Like that was entertaining for every single match. Like nothing but being on the edge of your seat for that one. Really, like if we could have every match of SWC like that, everybody wouldn't even be sitting on chairs anymore. That was incredible. So big congratulations for ZEFA, and honestly, just such an entertaining match. Congratulations for Crocodile for just having a really great showing up against a player like ZEFA. ZEFA's got a lot of SWC experience, man, and it really did show. You know, maybe he didn't prove me too wrong with that light Ezio pick there, but I think it was neat. I think it was a really cool unit to showcase. It was very, very entertaining to see that one. But hey, we'll see what Ezio, geez, we'll see what ZEFA has in store with potentially Ezio in the future.
I gotta say, Stoic, I'm kind of a fan of the threat state, man. I thought it was pretty cool with the damage reduction, but I totally understand what you're saying. Daphnis could have clutched up a kill right at the beginning. Seppi, why don't you tell us what we're seeing here in these highlights?
We're seeing two players that are very creative. Match 1 kind of ended up a little bit abruptly because, you know, lacking a little bit of damage on Crocodile's side. Game 2, probably the most exciting match we've seen in a long time at SWC. Loving this. The, you know, kind of content picks coming out. Already a fan of both of these players. And then in the end, the Laura did come in the clutch, and I can't believe, even with the monsters coming back with the soul protection, it was a one-hit game. A proc could have changed it all. Like right here when we saw that ignore defense taking out the Riley, how hype was that?
It was so hype. I lost my mind, and so did chat, to be honest. That was a great moment, Stoic.
It really was, you know, It's cool to see units like this get showcased here, but then again, we got to see units that we have seen perform really well, like Masha, and I think Masha really was an all-star in that last match there between Crocodile and ZEFA. I think Momo did have a place where it really got to shine. We got to see some big damage from this Momo, and that's because of the buff that it received. It's able to get these stacks so much faster and produce so much more damage as well, and also receive less damage, but Masha did not care about that passive. She pumped through it, and ZEFA got that big victory over Crocodile.
Oh yeah, and Momo definitely showed her validity in that match. Like, that pick was so cool. I loved seeing that moment where everybody thought like, oh man, already down a unit, game's done, but then Momo comes in and almost does a reverse cleave. I thought that was so cool to see.